YouTube is on easy mode in 2025. This has been a theme and a title that I've seen a multitude of times, probably over the last 4 months, and there's tens and tens of videos. So what I wanted to do in this video is actually share with you what I made. I've made notes. Essentially, I've watched 10 of those videos and I've made some notes around the top 5 things that each of these other creators, were sharing and what they classified as easy mode and why we should all be, jumping in and using YouTube in 2025. So hopefully my little bit of work I've done on this can help you and help you understand, so you don't think, is everybody in on the same thing, or does everybody know something a little bit different, and should I watch all 1,000 of these videos about YouTube being on easy mode? So these are the top 5 things. So the first thing that kept cropping up time and time again was, and by the way, all the channels that I watched this, on this particular topic were of varying sizes, from brand new small creator channels, like mine, less than 500 subscribers, all the way up to this one that's in front of me here is like 500,000 subscribers, but they were still almost saying the exact same thing. So here's a bit of a summary for you. So the first thing was, YouTube have actually dedicated a small creator team. And what that means is, essentially, YouTube have recognized that there's this requirement for small creators that are putting time and effort into content that benefits YouTube in the long term. They're actually taking those videos and they're manually placing them on the home screen. And if you're obviously watching YouTube on your mobile, they're putting it onto the screens there. So it's easier for people to find these videos. And one of the smaller creators was saying that one of their first videos, of when they learned about this, one of their first videos, she saw it, or a friend had screenshotted that it got up onto the homepage, and her channel was there in its bare glory with like 1 subscriber and 0 views on this video, and then within 24 hours that video had netted her 150 subscribers and 10,000 views, literally as quick as that. And this is just, I'm learning this stuff now too. Apparently this is down to YouTube having a dedicated small creator team. So that's the first thing. Second thing is there's this requirement and when I say requirement, again, the common thing that I was listening to and watching was, when we talk about the algorithm, replace algorithm with audiences, what people are enjoying to watch, what they're searching for. That's all it is. And people are looking for this low production value content, stuff that's real, stuff that feels authentic with very little editing. A little bit like how I like to make content, how I've made content for such a long time, not on YouTube, but certainly on other platforms. So rather than all of these, fast, choppy edits and the zooming in and out and stuff, it's real people having real conversations. Dead simple, right? So that's the second thing. Third thing, consistency. And again, this came up on every single one that I watched. Consistency is just vital, because without consistency, and this kind of comes up as the fourth one here as well on my list. But without consistency, particularly when you're a small creator, YouTube and its search functions and the algorithm can't learn enough information about the type of people that visit or don't visit, click and click away, to know who to send to your videos or who to show them to. Fucking simple, right? So if you've got more likelihood of growing quicker. Again, don't hold me to this. This is, again, just what I've been learning from other people. If you are posting daily, as an example, or twice a day, and using shorts and using all the functionality of the platform, versus someone that might only post a video once a month. Ta-da. Seems like a no-brainer to me. You know, like if you want to get seen more, then you make a little bit more noise and you wave your arms around a little bit more, right? I mean, that's the case for most social media platforms. It's an attention-seeking game. That's what marketing is. Fourth one, themes/topics. So rather than your content bouncing around from one thing to the other, it'd be like me tomorrow doing a Minecrafting, you know, I don't play games. I'll be honest. I leave that to my kids. But that'd be like me doing, you know, sharing that I'm playing Minecraft on my computer and wearing a headset and talking you through what I was doing. And then the next video is about, you know, things that I've learned from being in the military or my business lessons or, you know, married life stuff. Like, it might not necessarily, I mean, might be completely what you're doing. It might be very honest and wholehearted, but the disparity and the disconnect between the kind of audience that might watch this video versus the kind of audience that might watch this video is probably miles apart. And, you know, again, this is to do with the consistency piece, so the platform can learn who you are, what you talk about, send the right kind of fucking people. And also, it helps people to find a home and subscribe quicker because the themes and the topics are much closer together. Makes sense, right? And then the fifth one was to do with editing. Now, specifically around leveraging AI. So people were talking about bits of software like Descript. Opus Clips is another one that came up. To a certain extent, like CapCut, depending on your stance. Sorry, that's my fridge making a noise in the background. Got a huge fridge in the office and it makes ice. So occasionally, at the most inopportune times, it decides that it wants to make ice whilst I'm doing a video, obviously. So AI editing, and why this sits in the category of helping YouTube be on easy mode is, you know, if you make a video that is one take where you can see me hitting record and see me hitting the stop button, there's very little that you need to do. And then if you leverage AI to maybe tweak the sound and maybe, you know, sort the colors out in it, I mean, you're talking about maybe a 10 or 15 minute record time, a 10 or 15 minute edit time, and then however long, depending on the internet speed that you have, to upload the video. That's it. You can be done and dusted with a video on YouTube in less than an hour, from the moment of hitting record to the moment of hitting publish and it being live. How cool is that? I've known people take longer than that to write a long form post for LinkedIn or for Facebook, or sometimes to even write a caption for an Instagram reel that lives and dies within, you know, the space of a few hours if you've only got a small to moderate size, you know, following. So let's just recap on these, and I'll give you any little takeaways that I'm going to be utilizing that I'm not already, or things that I'm already doing that I can sort of resonate with. So in terms of YouTube having a small creator team that is these are actually people. Again, this is what I've just been told. I think that's cool. I think that's super cool. I think to have, you know, a dedicated team that has like small creators' backs, bloody brilliant. You know, because that's only going to do better things for their platform and their business, right? The more people they have sticking on the platform, more subscribers, there's more notifications of, you know, going out to people's phones and desktops and emails every single day, then the more people are going to come back to the platform, and therefore, because how they make money, right, is through advertising. So the longer they can retain people on their platform and be watching advertising, the more money they make. So why not dedicate a team that helps the smaller guys to grow quicker and more efficiently? Do you know what I mean? Makes sense. I mean, I don't know anything about that. Am I behind that idea? Of course I am. I'd be an idiot not to be. Now, in terms of like low production value content and being authentic and real, I'm 100% all about that. I love this. you know, and I don't know, you might be new here and this might be the first time, you know, you're watching any of my, you know, content, but that's just a bit of me. And a part of why I found a lot of inconsistency and a lot of abrasiveness to keep posting, you know, to YouTube in the past was do I need to have all these lights and special microphones and special cameras, and then there's the whole, like, I have to have lights in the background all coloured and sexy, and then I've got to make sure I've got a light on my face, and I just spend hours watching production videos on how to light myself. And you know what? After hours and hours of doing that stuff and making notes and adding products into my fucking Amazon basket, I was like, it's kind of taken away the thing that I just wanted to do in the first place, which is just hit record and start talking. Now, I might be talking to a different generation of person there. You know, I'm going to be 40 years old in a couple of years, and I don't want the faff, to be quite honest with you. You know, if you don't want to watch my videos, that's cool. If you want to go watch someone with high production value, that's great, but that's certainly not me. So I'm 100% behind that. Now, in terms of consistency, where I found consistency difficult is just like I mentioned, is where if there was lots of hoops to jump through and lots of things that have complexity inside of them, it was a no-go for me for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm getting bored fast. You know, if I can't get to the point of the thing that I'm trying to do, then I'm not fucking interested. Number one. Number two, YouTube isn't making me any money. And at the heart of things, I'm a business person. And if I'm spending a lot of time creating the video, editing the video, it's fine. Don't worry. That's what these videos are all about. We don't edit anything out anymore. Just keep it rolling. One of my sons is just grabbing the dogs from in the office, and I said to him, you know, don't worry about it. It's nice. And this is what I mean about the what do they call it? Low production value content and having it authentic and real. Where I've spent more hours and more time creating video, you know, over the last decade, it's been live videos. Live videos, you know, straight from my phone to places like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. And I love it for that reason, because if I get inspired by something, or maybe a client says something, maybe something happens, you know, in family life, I can just go live with it and start talking about it rather than sitting down and thinking, oh, I need to script this out and have it be perfect. But anyway, so yeah, consistency, that's where I was getting stuck. That's where I was finding this abrasiveness was just, I'm getting bored of having to believe I need to do all of this stuff to look like all these other YouTubers. And now the consistency can be there because there's a very low barrier to entry to keep me consistent. So I'm all on board with it. The office is now full of dogs and other human beings. Themes and topics. So YouTube can learn who to send, you know, to the channels. Now, I'm all about this. Now, where I think I'm going to fall into trouble with this personally is for anyone out there that does any sort of personality type testing and, you know, maybe has a little bit more life experience and they've done a few things. I'm an ENFP, right? I'm all about just getting my energy out and just enjoying what happens and trying to be very much in the moment. So am I going to stick to theme and topic? I will try my best, but repetition and sticking and saying the exact same thing over and over and over again is probably not my strong suit, if I'm completely honest. And I didn't want the channel to necessarily be about just one thing and one sort of topic. It might turn into something like that as we get going and, you know, you guys as the subscribers and viewers give us feedback 100%. Can I make a pinky promise right now that that's what this will be? I can't promise you that. And then AI editing. Honestly, that's cool. I mean, right now, I'm not doing any editing. I might just, and I've said this in a few videos ago, but I might just boost the audio a little bit and clean the audio up, because you get a nicer experience when you're watching a video if the audio sounds nice and it's whatever. But that's it. aside from that, like, will I need AI editing software? Probably not, to be completely frank. I use either CapCut or Final Cut Pro, and away we go. I don't cut anything out. You can see me hitting the record button at the beginning, hitting the stop button at the end. And if I make any little mistakes, or like my family's been in and out of the room, my wife was just in grabbing a dog, one of my oldest sons was just grabbing another dog because they've opened the door and stuff, I'm not going to remove any of that. I'm going to leave it all in. Because then, we've got Shih Tzus, by the way. If you're a doggy person and you like Shih Tzus, guess what? Welcome to the channel. Tell me to just put them in the videos a little bit more, and I can do that. If you don't like Shih Tzus and you just think they're annoying little, rats with tails that are walked on leads, then tell us that too. Anyway, this is my summary of watching 10 videos about YouTubing in easy mode. Now I'm going to add just one more thing from my own perspective of, is it related purely and exactly to YouTube? No. This is more so just from a bit of life experience and, some experience in business. Is any social media platform ever on easy mode? No, it's not. It depends on your personal stance and your personal approach. That's what it's going to be dependent on more than anything else. Anything can be on easy mode if you have the will, the energy, I would say motivation, but motivation can be very, fleeting. And if you've got the commitment and that it's like something you want to do, if you're, dedicated and committed to growing a YouTube channel, as one example, then you're going to come up against some bumps and all the rest of it, just like anything in life. But will it feel like it's in easy mode if you're having fun with it and accepting of those challenges? Absolutely. If you set out on a journey to be massive on Instagram, and then 3 months in, you throw the towel in because you're like, well, I don't have 100,000, followers. Does it feel on easy mode for that person? No, absolutely not. Feels like it's on brutal mode. And that individual, and I've experienced people, I know people that have set their sights on having huge followings or massive amounts of subscribers or huge amounts of people on their email lists, and it just doesn't happen that way. The only time things are on easy mode is when you accept that there is a journey, there is a path, to just travel down, and you enjoy it along the way, and you figure out the things that are maybe causing, people to unsubscribe or the views not to come in, and that's a part of it. So is there such thing as easy mode? In my eyes, no. But if you're committed and you follow through with what you said you would do, then it becomes easier. All right, thanks for tuning in. You're doing great. I'll see you soon.